I've got 4 words for you. Steve Yzerman. Detroit wins. Detroit and Jakub Vrana have settled with a $3.525 million contract extension, and this is exactly what we were talking about yesterday in the video about the prices and the ask and all that. Vrana was going out there, he was asking for like 5.7, and the Red Wings were going out there saying, okay, we're gonna try to offer you like 3 point something. And guess what? Negotiations work the way they do. The team, they work up. The player, they work down. 3.25 is the extension here. And as I said yesterday, if Jakub Vrana is able to go out there and do this again, he had 11 points in 11 games played, and if he can consistently be a point-per-game guy, which I don't know if it's all too likely. I mean, come on, he was coming over here from Washington as a depth middle six guy, coming over to Detroit in the top 6 role. I get it. There's going to be a little bit of an inflation of points there, but if Vrana goes out there and he really shows off that he can be that guy that meshes with Zadina, that has that Czech connection, and that goes out there and produces maybe, at the very least, 50, 60, 70, maybe 82 points in a year. This contract right here looks like it could be an absolute steal. Now, we had some comments in yesterday's video that I really did wanted to go over here, and it was made by a few people, so it's not really just one particular thing that I saw, but Steve Yzerman really does not like to go long-term with a lot of the deals that he signs, and as a result, this is 3 years right here for Jakub Vrana. You go over to Detroit, and you see who else is on this organization. You have a lot of guys that are spread out pretty much only within the short term. A lot of these guys expire next year. A lot of these guys expire 2 years from now. And that's kind of the way that Yzerman has built up this team, wherein he has that flexibility to go out there and say to the guys, okay, prove it. Prove that you are what you are, and that we know we can be confident in your skill sets. Again, it's not like Ken Holland where he goes out there and hands long-term extensions to anybody who ever does well with the Red Wings ever. It's short-term, it's okay, you're 25 years old, we'll give you 3 years, give us until you're 28 to showcase that you are what you say you are, because we said this before, but Yzerman and the negotiations over here with Vrana, he only had 11 games to work with as a sample size with this guy in Detroit. Now, sure, he did produce a lot with the Washington Capitals this season, 25 points in 39 games played, which is fantastic, don't get me wrong. But the sample size in Detroit, statistically speaking, was a lot better than the sample size in Washington. So settling with this number right here, 5.25 for 3 years, that's fantastic. Even if Vrana produces at the Washington Capitals rate that he did, 52 points, 69 games played, 25 goals in 2019-20. That's still, if you do the math right here, 52 divided by 69 multiplied out by 82. That's on pace for 62 points in an 82-game season as a middle six Washington Capitals guy. That kind of player, sorry bud, but he's worth a lot more than $5.3 million in my opinion. So, regardless, whichever way you cut it, this Jakub Vrana deal, in my opinion, is a fantastic, fantastic signing for Steve Yzerman and the Red Wings. If you get a point-per-game guy, fantastic. Imagine a point-per-game player making $5 million. If you get a 60-point guy, that's fantastic. Imagine a 60-point guy getting $5.2 million on a rebuilding Red Wings team. That is amazing. Honestly, even just the ask from Vrana himself earlier, the 5.7 number that we had yesterday, that already, to me, was a really good number that I was like, yeah, that could be really good. I think that could be a really good fit in the Red Wings and their cap structure, but the way they were able to get it down, getting it down to 5.25 is fantastic. And you know what? I said this yesterday as well, but we'll go over it one more time. Honestly, I think the reason why Jakub Vrana is able to get such a low number like this and be happy with it is because the guy hasn't really gotten paid before ever. His last contract was making 3.3, and he was a $3.3 million guy getting 52 points in 69 games played. Come on. That's a really, really, really nice increase for a guy who has been a solid NHL player ever since making the league back in, 2017-18 full-time for the first year? So, for Jakub Vrana coming back to Detroit, the next 3 years are going to look really good for Vrana and Zadina, hopefully suiting up together. Talk to me in the comments what you think. It's a $3.525 million contract extension. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.